Hey everyone, welcome back to Immediate Movie Reactions. I'm here after seeing Inside Out 2. This is the continuation of the story of Riley as she's growing up and now hitting puberty. And this is going to be rapid fire because I am at about 5% battery right now, so we're going to move very quickly through this. Unfortunately, I think this movie deserves a little more discussion than I'm going to have time to give it. So please comment below what you thought of it, and do the like and share and subscribe and all of that. So what is this? Obviously we've seen hopefully Inside Out. This is the continuation of the story. Now Riley is 13, I believe, when this movie is starting. She's now an official teenager. She's hit puberty, and what they kind of progress here is a sort of a Piaget theory of development, where as she's reached the age of 13, her peers and her friends have become more important in her life. Her locus of control has started to change. She's developed that zone of proximal development, all that sort of thing. And what's happening is everything is changing. So now her simple emotions of joy and anger and sadness and disgust, I think is the green one. I don't remember what the green one is. And fear now need new ones, right? So they rebuild the console, and now we have anxiety, which I think is beautiful because it's something that children of this age, unfortunately, are really... God, they're dealing with it at a level that we never had to. Or at least it's being acknowledged. And I think it's something that this movie handles. A lot of times in these, it's not handled very well, right? It's very heavy-handed. I think they do a good job of developing what that feels like and how to deal with it and all that sort of thing. It's almost like this sort of motivational, here, you can do it. You can still have all these, you can still have joy and have anxiety, and you can still feel sadness while also, ennui, that's boredom, and this is ennui. And I think that that's a really good part of this, where I think it does kind of fall apart a little bit for me is that some of it is a little bit simple, right? Anxiety is kind of brought in as the new leader and almost the bad guy, but she's not really doing anything wrong. It's just changing how Riley is. And Riley, I think, is one of the best characters. Obviously, Pixar is known for the animation. They're known for the stories. They're known for these characters that we can identify and feel, even if it's a monster, a big, scary, hairy monster. We still identify, we feel for them. And I think Riley is one of the strongest, most well-developed characters in film that we see now. Obviously, we're inside her mind. We're seeing every little bit, but they don't have to show everything. They can drop little bits of information, little memories where she got an F on a test, and we know how that's going to feel for us, and we know how that's going to feel for her. And I think that's huge. Like I said, where I think it does start to fall apart is it almost felt like it was just the first movie again, just with some more emotions. It talked about how things needed to get more complex. They needed to get more in depth or whatever, and it doesn't really do that to the full extent that it could have, because what happens is the original emotions kind of get bottled up, and then they get tossed aside, and they have to go through all of Riley's mind again and gather who she is. Like, I do love that now she has ideas, she has concept, ideals of who she is, and now that has to merge. And it does unfortunately kind of end with this, well, what we need to do is all the emotions need to get together and hug it out, and then we're all good. And I think that they could have maybe developed that a little bit more, but whatever. At the heart, I was going to say this is a kid's movie, but I don't know if this is a kid's movie. I have a friend who asked me if I thought it was going to be okay for a little kid, 4, right? Her daughter's 4. I don't think a 4-year-old is going to be designed, or this movie is designed for a 4-year-old. I think that sweet spot is probably like 10 to 15, especially if you've already seen the other movie. I think that this is going to be a great continuation for it. However, it's not Cars, right? It's not a movie that, it's bright and colorful, but there's some really heavy themes, and there's a lot of talking. There's a lot of hockey, like fantastic. What can I say? There's nothing wrong with the movie with hockey, and not like stupid Mighty Ducks hockey. Like, almost authentic, realistic, kind of cool hockey. Um, but like I said, the story itself doesn't really develop a whole lot. The other emotions go on this journey to get back Riley's beliefs because the new emotions have come in and they're trying to create a new Riley. And then, somehow they miraculously get it all back there. There's some cool jokes, I guess. The stream of consciousness when she's hungry, there's pizza and stuff floating down it. And there's a deep, dark secret, which they explore that it's there, but they don't really explore what it is, and they could have gone into that a little bit more. There is a whole a vault of secrets that I thought that they were going to do a little bit more with when they're talking about her Mount Crushmore, right, her wall of crushes, and that was okay, but then other things like a brainstorm, I don't know, there were puns that kind of fell flat for me. And I don't know that it was quite as strong as the first movie, but taken as, a 1-2 punch, it's a very, very strong entry into the Pixar series. I did spend a lot of time looking around for that extended Pixar, connected Pixar universe. I didn't really pick up on anything. So if you saw anything, please let me know. And I think I'm going to cut it there. See it, stream or skip it. I think see it. It's a fantastic movie. If you saw the first one and you liked it and you like Pixar, this is going to be one of the best Pixar movies we've seen in a while. And but again, I would say that 10 to 15 or 10 and up. My two boys, right, who 14 and 16, laughed like crazy at this movie. Oh, one thing I did want to say. One of the best parts of the first movie was, and I forget the name, Oingo or something like that, the imaginary friend that she was forgetting about. That was powerful. I thought that was really big. We don't really have that. We have a Bluefy, which is, obviously take on Bluey, but it's also a Dora the Explorer, and there's a Pouch, and there's some humor with, let's call Pouchy, and Pouchy, we have to get back to the control center. I have tape, and I have an apple, and I have dynamite, So those were kind of fun, but again, it's kind of little ideas that didn't really add to the overall story the way that imaginary friend in the first one did. So kind of a loss there, but as I was going, I'm sorry, see it, stream or skip it. Yeah, please see it. I think it's a great movie. Thursday night, opening night, packed theater, so that's fantastic. Good to see. I love seeing people come out, even though someone left with 2 minutes to go in the movie. It's kind of like when you're coming to the end of a sports game and you're trying to get to the car so you can get out of there early. I don't understand that, but whatever. Everybody watches movies their own way. Thank you. I appreciate you all, and I will see you after the next movie.